Now that the glass and jelly materials are done, it's time to move on to the supporting element. In this part, we'll unwrap the cork UVs, build its material, and then create the bubble setup while refining the jelly material. Now let's work on the cork inside the bottle. We want the lower part, the part that goes inside the bottle, to be slightly darker and the outer part to be brighter. So we need to unwrap its UV. Go to the UV section and apply a planar projection. Then in edge mode, select the top edges and one row of edges at the bottom. So we can create a clean seam in the middle for unfolding the UVs. But now on the opposite side, deselect one of the edges at the top and also at the bottom so that the top and bottom remain connected. Next, we go to the UV menu and open UV editor window. Well, cut and select the shell, unfold it. Under Arrange and Layout, choose Orient Shells, and finally hit Layout. Press R to scale it down just a bit and adjust its orientation. Now the UVs are unwrapped properly. Check it to make sure the UVs are unfolded correctly. No stretching and no unwanted seams. Well, it looks good. Now let's move on to the hypershade and create its material. Open the hypershade window, maximize it, and create a new redshift material. Rename it to cork. Then select the object, right-click on the material, and assign it to the object. Now go to the reflection section. We don't want any reflections for this object, almost close to zero. Then increase the roughness. For the personal type, leave it on IOR, but set the IOR to 1.1. Since cork is a very matte and the material with no real light transmission, we keep the IOR very close to 1 to avoid strong personal reflections and keep the surface looking natural. Next, let's move to the diffuse section. On the right side, you'll see a little checker square icon. Double-click on it to add a node. From here, add a ramp node. Change the dark color, the black one, to a dark brown. We don't want it to be too saturated, so we keep the saturation low. Then click on the white color and change that as well, setting it to a very soft light cream tone. Well, let's refine the jelly material a bit. Set the diffuse amount to 0 In the reflection section, lower the reflection value to about 0.8, slightly below 1. Then increase the diffuse color a bit, but keep it under half to see how it looks. Next, go to extinction coefficient and darken it slightly to check the result. Also brighten the reflection color a little, or if change it to pink, but I think the previous color looked better. I tweak a few of the setting to get closer to the look I want, slightly adjust the colors or change the scale values. Alright, this looks good for now. Now let's move on to the bubbles. Select them all and add a new material in the Redshift window. Rename them to bubbles and assign it to them. The first thing to here is change their color. Go to the diffuse section and set the color to a very soft pink. Then lower the intensity to about half. In reflection part, increase the roughness because we don't want the reflections to be too shiny. We want them to look softer. And change the refraction color to pink as well. Also increase the refraction weight, something around 0.5 works fine. After that, slightly adjust the anisotropy so the reflections stretch a bit, and tweak the rotation as well to give it that subtle circular strike look on the surface. Reduce the reflection a bit because as you can see it becomes too shiny here. Lowering the reflections makes it look softer. Also decrease the scatter scale slightly. Well, that's it for now. So far, the result looks good. In the next part, we'll start working on the lighting setup.